Happy Magic Monday. You know, as women, if you were like me, and we all grew up kind of around that 1950s mentality of what women's place was in the world. You know, when I was in my teens, I had two younger brothers, and my parents were very clear in expressing that the boys needed to have good careers because they'd have to support a family one day. And I remembered thinking, I might have to support a family one day. Why isn't it important for me to have a career? And I realized that, you know, my mom was a 1950s housewife. She quit college to marry my dad, who she fell in love with. She wanted a career, but actually in the 50s, you got married like by 20 or 21 and started having babies. And that's the baby boom generation. So the idea for women, the expectations for women were that they would marry and someone would take care of them. And I never liked that idea. I was a survivor. I didn't want to give control over to anybody, a husband or whoever. I wasn't going to depend on somebody else to take care of me. And I think that's part of my mindset now, that if I want things in my life, I need to go after them. I need to make the priority. I need to make sure that every decision I make moves me towards my goal. I'm not going to give that power to somebody else. But I think a lot of women sort of take care of everybody else and don't take care of themselves. And when the time comes, the menopause comes, the retirement comes, the empty nest comes, and life changes. And then you start taking care of aging parents, and then they pass away. That sort of gumption and that sort of, drive to survive isn't there because we haven't been taught how to do it. Men seem to be given that as a regular thing. It's like, you know, if you look at athletes, for instance, especially male athletes, they know that they're going to go after a goal and they don't give up. They don't. Women athletes do the same thing. And so my message is really, we need to think more like them, not just to sit back and say, I can't do this. This is the way it's going to be. I'm in menopause. I'm over 60. I'm over 50. My body's never going to be the same again. We can't do that. Don't believe that lie. Do not believe that lie. It's not true, but it's supported by society. So we become, after menopause, we become invisible, unimportant. There's ageism, including misogyny against women. We have to stand up and prove that we are strong, incredibly capable, incredibly intelligent members of society who have a lot to give. We need to change that narrative. One of the reasons why it is a struggle is even our doctors tell us, we go to the doctor and they say, well, you're in menopause, you're never going to lose that belly. Or you'll never, or even spouses can say, you're never going to weigh what you weighed in high school. We have all these messages that tell us what we can't do and what we're not going to do, what our body can't do. And if I go back to the doctor example, the reason they say that, the reason why a woman comes in, she's over 40 or over 50, and she's complaining about her health and being tired and being overweight and what have you. And he says, you have to accept it. You're postmenopause. You know why they say that? Because they don't see fit women. They don't see healthy women. We don't go to the doctor. We don't need to because of our health. And when we do, we're an anomaly. We are like so not the norm. And they get used to seeing women who are out of shape, have trouble walking, they're overweight, they have type 2 diabetes, they have high cholesterol, they have high blood pressure. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to be in that camp. Don't let anybody tell you that that's your destiny. It's not your destiny. My own dear husband, 4 years ago, when I started my fitness journey, he said, he asked me, we've been married 30 years, and he asked me, well, what is it you really want? And I said, I want 6-pack abs. And he burst out laughing. And that's not like him. And I was kind of pissed. I was like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that right now. I'll circle back and ask him about that later. And I did. It was a day later, and I said, why did you laugh at me when I said 6-pack abs? And he apologized. He said, I'm really sorry I said that. And the reason I laughed is out of my own embarrassment, that I don't think I can get 6-pack abs. It was really about me. It wasn't about you. And he has actually been my greatest supporter. And that just gave me a lot of compassion for where he is as a man. He's 5 years older than me. He's very fit. He rides his bike. He rode his bike from Amsterdam, Netherlands to Florence in 2 weeks one summer with just the clothes on his back and his racing bike. So I'm very proud of him. But we get these messages and you can't listen to them. Sometimes it's from loved ones and they just, they're discouraging. They think they know you, but they don't know how badly you want to get fit. And that's what you have to really touch base with as often as possible, that part of you that really, really wants to be fit. If you don't listen to that feeling and act on it and take action every day, just a little bit every day, it's going to nag at you, and you're always going to have a feeling of discontent. And that discontent is going to be piled on top of failure after failure of diets, that the diet industry has convinced women this is what you want. You want to be skinny and you want to look good. Well, starve yourself and do lots of cardio and you'll get there. And we get there and it's totally unsustainable. So we go back to being normal and our body's like, thank God she's feeding us again. And they hold on to every iota of food we put in our body, turns into fat, and we gain more weight. It's just so obvious to me now after working out for 4 years. And here's the other thing I discovered about the body and a menopausal woman's body. That first year is really the beginning. So the first year took me more than a year to lose 16 pounds, more than a year. And the fat took up more space than the muscle. So as I melted off the fat, worked it off, and built the muscle, they kind of traded places. Actually, I looked like I had lost 35 pounds, not 16. I looked like I had lost double because my body shrank. And that first year, it feels great. It's like you have more energy. You're so encouraged. You stuck it out for the 12 months. And here you are. Those habits are ingrained. It's your routine now. And then I wanted another goal. So that's when I started training for these competitions, these bodybuilding competitions. Now it's 4 years later. I cannot believe how my body has transformed. It has changed so drastically from that first year. We never got beyond that initial weight loss, which was an unhealthy way to lose weight. We never got beyond that. We never maintained it for long enough because it was too hard. Really, a bodybuilding method of fueling your body and lifting weights, the nutrition and the weightlifting, is the way to really transform and stay in a transformational state. Not because you have to, not because you need the motivation. It's because your body demands it. It feels so good that you want to give your body what it's asking for. Cravings go. These feelings of self-disgust go, because you're also doing mindset work at the same time. You're realizing your worth and you're realizing your value and those dreams that you put on a shelf for so long because you just didn't have the energy. You didn't feel well. You're taking those off the shelf and you're looking at them and going, gosh, maybe I could do this now. Or I have so much energy. I need to find new things to do. And maybe those things will be, as a queenager, traveling to visit your grandkids, throughout the year, getting on a plane, taking a trip, and doing other things that you didn't have the energy to do before. So I'm 66. I should be retired, and I don't want to ever retire. I have too much energy. I can't imagine getting up every morning not knowing what I'm going to do with my day. My gym time is sacred to me. I work out 5 days a week for maybe 45 minutes to 60 minutes. And I might do cardio 4 to 5 times a week for half an hour. I prep and plan my food every day. I know what I'm going to have. And this routine that takes care of itself, it's ingrained. It's just like you get up every morning and you get dressed, you have your coffee, maybe you take a shower. At night, you brush your teeth, you get ready for bed. Those are all routines. You do them without thinking. And for me, working out, prepping and planning my food, prioritizing my health, I do that without thinking. It's just part of me now. It doesn't take motivation, and it doesn't take any sort of, discipline. You don't need discipline when you're doing something you love. I remember being a child, and I've always been an artist. I still make art. I loved making art as a child. And I remembered being at the kitchen table doing a painting, and my mom had a friend come over, and she came over and looked at what I was doing and said, "Wow, you're an amazing artist. And you have so much discipline to be making art." And as a child, I thought, what is she talking about? Discipline to make art? I love doing it. It doesn't take discipline. And you will get to that point when your biofeedback loop is so strong that your body feels so good. Your mind is going to say, we need more of this. Your heart is going to say, I need more of this. Your whole being is going to say, this is who I want to be every day. A shining example of glowing health, of optimism, of feeling amazing, of feeling incredible. You have this. You have this in you. It's a desire I think every woman has, to look beautiful, feel glamorous, feel free and comfortable in her body, have that not be the thing that you obsess about. And the way to get there is to take care of that body, take care of your health, change your mindset, love yourself. Don't do a change out of self-disgust. Don't give yourself negative self-talk. Be like that professional athlete who knows they're going to win, who's going to push through everything to get to their goal. We give up way too easily, because as women, that's what we've been taught to do. Don't rock the boat. Don't push too hard. Be nice. Please people. No. I'm not going to do that. And you shouldn't either. It's your life. It's your body. It's your destiny to be super healthy and to enjoy your life now that you are in a special category of, menopause actually puts the pause on a lot of things. It puts the pause on pushing so hard, trying to prove ourselves, trying to impress people. We're no longer climbing the career ladder. We might still be working, but we're doing it probably because we enjoy it, or we're retired. A lot of times women get divorced at this period too. It's like their life has changed so much. Then grandchildren come, and then parents age, and then we start caregiving for them. And then menopause on top of all of that. It's a huge time for disruption and feeling like you're in the twilight zone. The best thing you can do is focus on yourself, take care of your body. Don't do anything extreme, nothing extreme. Just be consistent and believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this. Do not give up. If you need any inspiration, read a book about some of these people that have overcome physical challenges. Or, I love books on mountain climbing, just to see what people have gone through to reach that goal, to get to the top of whatever mountain it is, Kilimanjaro, K2 in Pakistan, Mount Everest, whatever it is that they have pushed forward as a goal. You have that in you too. We haven't been taught that as women, but you can teach yourself to do that. Stick to your goals, push through, do not give up. Giving up is for wimps, and you're not a wimp. You're not. Somewhere along the way, you've been convinced that you don't have it in you, but you do have it in you. And you need to prove that to yourself. And as more and more women decide at 50 plus that their life is going to be so kick-ass from here on out, because they've got the wisdom, a lot of times the resources, the time, the energy, well, sometimes the energy, because you need to get healthy to have the energy. It's your time. It's totally your time. You need to give that gift to yourself. You do. So the narrative needs to be, I know I can do this. I believe I can do this. Any obstacle that wants to come my way, and there will be obstacles, expect them. Don't be a perfectionist and don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. But when those obstacles come, you feel discouraged, you get injured, you get sick, you have surgery, whatever. No big deal. Power through the best you can. Don't lose focus on your goal. And eventually, whatever you do to become fit, you will continue to do for the rest of your life to stay fit. And it will make all the difference in your life experience. Before, diets had an end date and we didn't stick to it because it was impossible. So whatever you do to get fit, you have to do to stay fit. So take it easy, be consistent, make it sustainable. Don't take on too much, do one thing at a time. And you're going to do amazing. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm also so happy that I can serve as your coach. So thank you for trusting me. And happy Magic Monday.